Find a reason to think君に会いたい.
Welcome, you absolute unit, to the top 10 best 2018 anime of the year. Time to wrap this whole thing up. My name is Misty /Chronexia, and together we'll look back through all of the seasonal anime that got released in 2018. Splitting them into two lists, one for the best new IP and a spicy lightning round at the end for the sequels. I'ma be dropping some words along the way cause it's creative, and those anime, while they didn't make the list, were still worth mention. We got a lot to go through, and you're all busy people, so let's go! But we cannot talk about the best without considering the worst as well. This year the award is split between two big scoop of poop. These are steaming garbage bags that have cooked in the sun next to a pile of burning tire. Senju Ushi, an anime where pretty boys are guns, based on a game where the demographic is literally chicks who are into guns in anime, aka nobody in the history of ever. Who thought this was a good idea? Probably the same person who managed to fuck up this other train wreck of an anime from this year called Conception, based on an actually decent, dare I say good game, about a dude getting into a relationship with girls to make star babies and fight off monsters from another realm. It's essentially Persona with more implied sex. What could go wrong? Well, don't let me spoil it for you. Check out Conception, the anime, for a headache that just won't ever go away. Anyway, time for some actually good stuff now. Number 10, Asobi Asobase. In a brand new IP category, we got Asobi Asobase, an anime that came out of the left field during the summer season and blew everyone out of the pool. The show is a comedy-focused anime that follows three high school girls and their everyday antics. One of the girls struggles a lot with English as a class subject, so she asks the blonde girl, who's supposedly very good in English, to help her out, but she's been secretly faking her accent the whole time, and she's a pure breed Japanese girl as well. The jokes are rich and will have you laugh out loud the whole way through. This is not an overstatement when I say Asobi Asobase is one of the rare anime that can actually rival with Nichijou and Daily Lives of High School Boys. Visuals are also very unique, which I think adds to the charm, but that's just my personal opinion on it. Number 9, Megalobox. Megalobox is a show that came out during the spring. It is a spiritual reboot to the famous 70s anime called Ashita no Joe. In Megalobox, you follow a nobody called Joe, whose entire life is about throwing boxing matches away in rigged fights. When he gets tired of always losing, he decides to challenge the ultimate competition of boxing called Megalonia. In that tournament, people fight with gears, which are mechanical parts that enhance the punches like a motherfucker. Since Joe can afford to get his own gear, he enters the tournament without any and becoming famous for doing so. It's a sport anime, it's not for everyone, but everything they do, they nail it out of the park. This show is crappy, and if you like Samurai Champloo or Cowboy Bebop, there's no way you won't love this one too. Number 8, Eurocamp Delta, or is it Eurocamp Tent? Like, I don't know what this tiny triangle means in the title, but it's there, so I gotta say it. I think it's Delta. It's a Greek letter. Anyway, starting off for the first of our trilogy of slice of life anime for this year. Yeah, 3 of them made the list. Incredible, but they're all worth it. Eurocamp is a story about a group of teenagers who are into hiking and the great outdoor. This anime is the perfect getaway, both for the characters and the viewers who just need a breath of fresh air. Literally. Climbing, camping, this is what Eurocamp is all about. Character development, cute girls doing cute things, and just an overall joyful experience. I recommend this show to people who've seen just about everything and are still looking for good ones. Number 7, Grand Blue. This is an adult comedy. This is how I describe it to my friend. No teenager, no awkward misunderstanding, just straight up college student out there to get shit-faced drunk. And honestly, if you've seen my last few videos, I relate. I went to university, I partied hard in another life before I had kids, and sincerely, the comedy's on point. The delivery is well timed, and every character is fun in its own way. Grand Blue is about college students who also have a big appeal towards underwater diving. If you like water, or coral, or even fishes? I never know which one to use. This is an amazing, light-hearted comedy that's just great to sit down and unwind to.
小さ、お前はサークル見学に。おい。
そんな格好だ。
バイオレットちゃん、大丈夫？
Number 6, Violet Evergarden, and number 6, Devilman Crybaby. Here I'm putting a dual entry, which I feel is like two different ends of the spectrum. On one side you have Violet Evergarden, an anime who's been dearly awaited by a lot of people, and visually speaking alone, it is a stunning masterpiece. The story can however be hit or miss for some people, and this is where Devilman Crybaby kicks in. Which, like I said, I feel is the complete opposite. Moral inner demon fights, rich story, very touchy subject about wrong or right, but visually speaking, takes some getting used to. It could very well push people away with the art style alone. But there's a lot of significance in the hidden meaning. So honestly, it comes down to your preference. Would you rather focus on visuals, or would you rather have a richer story?
柳さん、仕事できそうでかっこいい。あと
Number 5, Wotaku ni Koi wa Muzukashi, or Wotakoi for short, is an anime that doesn't seem like much on the surface, but it shines in the details and the polish. The anime follows a group of adults working for a company, but they're all nerds and geeks and otakus to a certain degree, attending conventions, playing games, cosplaying, all while handling a romantic relationship between the couples. The show has a lot of Easter eggs and nice reference laid out throughout its episodes, and it's just a good anime to soak in. It doesn't have a lot of hidden morals or special meaning, but it will make you smile, and I think that's what matters. As far as the slice of life genre go, this is one that hits all the good vibes on the head.
ありがとうな。
すみません。実はコピー結構失敗しちゃって。
体は。おお、動く。
Number 4, That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. Surprisingly, the only shonen on this list this year. The story is about a middle-aged salaryman who has a lot of regret in life. After protecting one of his co-workers on a date, he gets stabbed and dies. He's then reborn as a gentle-ass slime in a fantasy world, you know, like the basic enemy in every JRPG. However, compared to everyone else, he finds out he has godlike abilities to go with his new body. The anime is charming without a doubt. The show is still currently airing, which is why I can't give it a higher spot than this, but with the episode currently available, it's a fair assumption to say it's one of the better anime of the year. I mean, it may still not be for you, but since it's my list and I really like it, you'll get the idea.
いい年して友達ってちょっと照れるけど。じゃあさ、一緒には行かない。なんでわかるの？わかるよ。
Number 3, A Place Further Than the Universe. Wrapping up the Slice of Life trilogy of the year is something that will just raise your spirits back up. This is the show you want. It may seem inconspicuous on the surface, but this wholesome experience is just gonna soak up your soul and leave you feeling like a better person for it. The story follows a group of girls on their quest to visit the South Pole, to meet penguins and other activities there. The soundtrack is blissful. This is a experience your youth again like you're part of their group. It's fresh and unique in every way, but I cannot praise it enough. It's one of the favorite animes for a lot of anituber this year, which I know some people take for gospel. Not my words though. I've never seen an anime in my life.
まあ、あるわな。そりゃあるよ。
Number 2, Hinamatsuri. This anime is a shining example of doing comedy perfectly. The premise is simple. A yakuza meet with a strange girl with telekinetic power, and they start bonding together. The anime is a comedy supernatural sci-fi slice of life, but not really. 12 episodes on the board so far, cause with a success like it got, it's bound to get a sequel. Besides, the manga's been running for almost a decade. I'm pretty sure they have more content in store. I don't know why I love this anime so much. Maybe it's the paternal figure taking care of a daughter-like character. Maybe it's the supermind aspect. It's endearing in more ways than one. And when people ask me what is the best anime of 2018, Hinamatsuri always jump up to me because it's a show I think everyone can enjoy.
なんだよこれは。
力は常に使わないと暴走する。
召唤一个十恶不赦的凶煞邪神，那也不该。
And now, before we reveal the number 1 spot, here's a few awards that are absolutely deserving a mention. Let's start off with the best unknown anime, and the award goes to Modao Zushi, a Chinese anime. Nobody has seen it, but by God is it good. If you can't get over the Chinese dialogue subtitles in Japanese, subtitled back in English, you're in for an absolute treat both on the story-wise and visually speaking. The plot is about a wandering grandmaster who's hated by a lot of people for bringing demonic chaos to the land. He eventually joins up with another to start an epic journey where they solve mysteries, fight monsters, and raise kids. It's a very interesting take on anime, especially if you feel like exploring outside of the Japanese trope. Chinese lore has a lot to offer, and this is one that shines greatly.
ご苦労様。
いえ、またお願いします。
And finally, Misty's favorite anime of the year, Cells at Work. Not a surprise for anyone who follows me. I had this anime's dick in my throat so deep since the very first episode came out. I just love it so much. The anime is an episodic approach to cells in the body of a human being. How they deal with various affliction like heat stroke, flu, food poisoning, scrape wounds, etc. Name it. The way the universe is built, the rich and lovable cast of characters, this is a show that could have a million episodes and I'd watch them all. The perfect balance between entertaining, informational, and fun. This is what makes learning fun and easy to retain. Again, nothing but praises for this show. Highly recommended for any biological or medical buffs out there.
ボロボロだからな。参ったな。
And finally, the number 1 spot for the best anime of 2018 belongs to Rascal Does Not Dream of Bunny Girl Senpai. As opposed to everybody else, it took me a really long time to get into this anime, but wow, oh wow, am I glad I stuck through it. I just couldn't see the appeal when it first started airing, but smarter people than me were like, give it a chance, it's gonna be worth it, and hell yeah, they were right! Bunny Girl Senpai is a supernatural mystery about a romance between a normal high school student and a former idol who went on a hiatus and is somehow invisible to the rest of people. The underlying meaning, the richness of the plot and the characters, every I is dotted, every T is barred. It's simply a perfect anime with a slow start, I'll admit, but the pacing isn't everything in anime sometimes, and personally, I'm glad to call Bunny Girl Senpai the anime of the year.
作田くんって呼ぶから。どうして脱ぐの？何もしないって言ったじゃない。不潔、変態、露出狂。
And just as promised, we have a little bit of extra time to cover the sequels. Show that came out this year with a season 2 or onward, so technically if you've been watching my list for a while, you're familiar with the content, so I'm gonna go through them a little bit faster, known as the lightning round. Number 10, Cardcaptor Sakura, thank you for ruining a perfect show with a garbage sequel. God, I'm so mad about this one. Number 9, Sword Art Online Alicization. Yo, at some point it actually become good? Holy shit, I might have to get back into this one. Number 8, Overlord 3, The Hunger Game continues when starving literally turns you into a skeleton, Season 3. Number 7, 7 Deadly Sins, Season 2. Don't really have a joke for this one, the anime is pretty good. Number 6, Attack on Titan, Season 3, Game of Thrones the anime, except everyone needs to bend the knee to Eren because he's the rightful heir to the keys in the basement. Number 5, Steins Gate Zero. What if you could watch Steins Gate all over again like it was the first time? Number 4, Food Wars Season 3 Part 2, where beating your meat can take both a literal turn or a figurative one. That's called versatility. Number 3, Saiki Kuso no Sainan Season 2, kinda like if Gintama and Mob Psycho had an affair. Actually, that's a really good way to sum it up. Number 2, My Hero Academia Season 3. Heroes doing heroic stuff to prevent villains from doing villainous stuff. And finally, number 1, JoJo Bizarre Adventure Golden Wind. More poses, more greatness, but what if JoJo was a blondie this time? And it works!
もう一遍言うけど追ってくるなんて考えないで
And just like that, that's the end of the year. Man, has it gone by in a flash? There's a lot of shows that I couldn't include that would be worth a spot on here, like Golden Kamuy, Gakuen Babysitter, Zombieland Saga, and so on. But the point is to have 10, so go wild in the comment section below with your personal favorite anime for this year. I'm curious to see what got your attention. Do me a solid if you would like this video, and subscribe if you like my kind of top 10s. I have a lot around the block, and I'll be back real soon with the winter lineup of 2019. That's gonna be a treat, I guarantee it. Thanks for listening, have a fun watch, and I'll catch you next time, you sexy unit. Happy New Year!
Through the hard times, I've been on the wrong side, I've been ashamed. So many memories, you know I'd like to change.